विरोध प्रदर्शन यहाँ पे जारी है। आम आदमी पार्टी कार्यकर्ता जो हैं वो भाजपा दफ्तर का घेराव करने के प्रयास कर रहे थे, लेकिन जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस की तरफ से इन कार्यकर्ताओं को जो है यहीं पर रोक दिया गया है। किसी को भी यहाँ से आगे जाने की इजाज़त जो है वो नहीं दी जा रही, ताकि किसी भी तरह की कानून व्यवस्था जो है वो यहाँ पर खराब ना हो।
Burning Question, powered by Cool Fans.
Court accepts CBI demand Delhi Deputy Chief Minister to stay in 5 days custody.
जिस तरह से पूरे देश भर में सैकड़ों जगह पर छापामारी करने के बाद आज तक कुछ नहीं मिला, कल 8 घंटे की जांच पूछताछ के बाद कुछ नहीं मिला, 5 दिन में भी कुछ मिलने वाला नहीं है।
Big political fight between Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. One says vendetta, other says face the law. Mega showdown over Manish Sisodia's arrest. Aam Aadmi Party holds protests in multiple cities.
शिवमोगा को अपना एयरपोर्ट मिला है। लंबे समय तक जिसकी डिमांड थी वो आज पूरी हुई है।
Prime Minister takes on abuse politics, gives Kamal Khilega answer to Kabar Khudegi abuse. Massive anger across Jammu and Kashmir over the killing of Kashmiri Pandit Sanjay Sharma in Pulwama. Terror haven Pakistan witnesses anger over the terrorist Al-Badr terrorist shot dead. It's 5 days custody for Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. This after the Central Bureau of Investigation has argued in the court that they've got fresh evidence against Manish Sisodia. So much so they say that he's tweaked the excise policy at the behest of the South Group. It just does not end there. They've also made a sensational allegation that he's basically lobbied for a company called Indo Spirits, which was being dominated by the South Group. So much so that their first application for a wholesale liquor license was rejected. But despite that, Sisodia dragged his feet to ensure that he gets that particular wholesale license. More details basically emerging with regards to the alleged role of the Deputy Chief Minister. But the Aam Aadmi Party has now hit out at the BJP, saying that the CBI officers have been under immense pressure from their political masters, and that is the reason why Manish Sisodia has been arrested. Is that the case? Can political rhetoric be kept aside when an investigation of this nature is being carried out, or the entire argument that has been put forth by the Aam Aadmi Party, that the opposition parties are now being targeted by the BJP only because they are envious of a model of development that has been started by the Aam Aadmi Party? Take a look at this report and then we begin the burning question.
सर कुछ बताएंगे सर
24 hours after his arrest, Sisodia is all set to remain in CBI custody. Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister has been remanded to custody for 5 days. The Aam Aadmi Party calls it political vendetta.
देश के सबसे लोकप्रिय शिक्षा मंत्री भाई मनीष सिसोदिया जी को मोदी सरकार ने गिरफ्तार किया। ये नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार का कायरतापूर्ण परिचय है। ये नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार की कायरतापूर्ण कार्रवाई है।
But there are allegations of taking donations from liquor scam accused Dinesh Arora. There are allegations of that a South lobby played a role in tweaking the excise policy.
पापी आपको भी पता है कि एक्यूज नंबर 1 कट्टर बेईमान है और आज ये आदेश आने के बाद ये बात सिद्ध हो गई है कि न्यायालय ने भी पाया है सीबीआई एक्यूज नंबर 1 मनीष सिसोदिया को शराब नीति घोटाले में अपनी कस्टडी में ले, जिससे कि दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाए, या ये कहें दूध का दूध और शराब की शराब हो जाए।
The Liquorgate arrest has become the biggest political issue in Delhi. What is the Liquorgate reality? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Joining us at the burning question tonight is Sardar RP Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP, Desh Ratan Nigam advocate in the Supreme Court, Akil Khan, political analyst leaning towards the Aam Aadmi Party, Shubhankar Bhattacharya, political analyst leaning towards the Trinamool Congress, Khalikur Rahman, leader of the BRS. Opening up the debate tonight are Khalikur Rahman of the BRS and Sardar RP Singh of the BJP. A quick response, Mr. Rahman, with regards to the allegations that have been levelled. Keep aside the politics for a minute, Khalikur Rahman, because at the end of the day, you may want to continue by saying that it is the BJP which is doing it. If that is the case, what about the court? The court grants the custody on the basis of certain evidence that the central agency has found. And as far as your friend, the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, why wouldn't they answer a direct question about an involvement of their leader, alleged involvement of their leader in the liquor scam? Nothing to hide. Come out in the open and say, give the answers to some basic questions about the liquor scam. I can put out those questions. But Khalikur Rahman, an opening remark from you as far as the opposition parties are concerned, and then I'll get a quick response from the BJP.
So this is politically motivated, and right from the day one, the BJP in fact has initiated this as a political vendetta, and in order to frame Manish Sisodia ji, the BJP and the agencies who are working at the behest of the BJP and the masters, they have been, trying to unearth the things, but unfortunately, all these things which are being framed and all these things which are being said, they are to be proved in the court of law. And as far the courts are concerned, with all due respect to the courts, because we have seen in the past that some judgments have come, wherein after the judges who have given the judgments in favor of the
Mr. Rahman, I knew this was coming.
Government,
but Mr. Rahman, you are a senior leader. Okay, Mr. Rahman, I'll ask you a very simple question. Please answer a direct answer. Direct answer to this question. Do you or do you not have the option of knocking the doors of the court for quashing the FIR if there is no merit in the case? Why would you not do it if you simply believe, even for that matter your party, because you have your leader who has been examined? But it's a very simple thing. If I am not guilty, if I have nothing to hide, will I not move the court for at least quashing the FIR?
Absolutely. Yes. In fact, because here what's happening is, because since the day when, if you see all the proceedings, one after the other, the leaders are being picked up and they are being questioned. And there is a very little scope which the government is giving to even the parties to even think over it, actually. Forget about knocking the doors of the court.
But Mr. Rahman, I don't want to do a tutu meme with you.
Sorry.
You're a respected senior leader of the BRS. You are a respected senior leader of the BRS. I do not want to indulge in this tutu meme with you. I'm sure you're understanding the gravitas of the situation. If there is nothing to hide, Mr. Khalikur Rahman, you have the option of going to the court, putting across your point of view with regards to the allegations that have been leveled. You are an accused in this particular case. I'm not talking about the BRS. I'm talking about the Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party's leader is an accused in this particular case. If there is nothing to hide, simply knock the doors of the court and say that quash the FIR. And if there is merit, the court would do it. Where is the government? What has the BJP got to do with this?
I'm sure the Aam Aadmi Party leaders must be working on that. They must be seeking the legal advice. And I'm sure they'll be knocking the doors of the court.
But they have it. Okay, let me quickly bring in Sardar RP Singh of the BJP. Sardar RP Singh. Okay, Sardar RP Singh, you've heard what Khalikur Rahman of the BRS had to say. Now, a question that most of the opposition parties are asking, and perhaps Sardar RP Singh, I have also asked you this question multiple times on our show, that when it comes to investigation against the opposition parties, the Bharatiya Janata Party seems to have all the information. The Bharatiya Janata Party is making the allegation about the BRS. They are making the allegation against the Aam Aadmi Party. And opposition party says that ऐसा जरूरी थोड़ी है कि बीजेपी में सभी साफ सुथरे हैं, स्कैम्स हुए हैं, उसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन क्यों नहीं होती है? They refer to the Adani matter time and again. They say that if that is the case, why doesn't the SEBI really investigate the allegations that have been leveled against the Adani group?
Well, to my friend from TRS, I have only two names to ask. Abhishek Benopalli and P. Sartha Reddy. Have you heard this name? Now, can you on record say that Kavita Madam has never met these two people? She has never dealt with these two people. Problem is, when you do corruption, you scratch my back, you help me, I help you. We stand together, joining hand and doing corruption. Well, that complete liquor mafia hailed from the place where my friend from TRS hails from. And then they came all together here under the protection and shield of certain leaders in the south and did a deal here. Again, there were 5.5 months since the investigation is going. Mr. Sisodia has all the time to go to court, and if he was innocent, could have got the case quashed. He was the culprit number one. He was the person who was charge sheeted in the charge sheet put as number one. So he could have gone to the court and said that this is wrong, this is falsehood, and these are evidences from my side, or this is my point of view. This case should be quashed. They never did so. Thirdly, a year back, you remember Mr. Kejriwal is on record saying Sachandar Jain or Manish Sisodia ko BJP jail bhejegi. Why only these two names? Why not the other Gopal Rai or Kailash Galot's name? Well, they are also minister. If we have to act against ministers, then why not to act against those ministers? Only because Mr. Kejriwal knew and he knows that these are the people who were kingpin in the complete process of the Aam Aadmi Party funding for elections.
Okay.
So that's the reason.
Sardar
and also,
RP
lastly, and
Sardar RP Singh, tonight. Yeah.
Very fine word. The CBI today, Rouse Avenue Court has given remand for 5 days. They have hired best lawyers. They are spending. They spent almost 25 crore rupees. I've been told of the Delhi taxpayer money for lawyers. But they could have asked their lawyers to ensure that the remand should have been given to this Sisodia, and again could have asked for questioning of the case. But they are not doing so. Neither the court is helping them.
I have a simple response every time. Yeah, well, that's exactly what the point that I'm trying to make. Shubhankar, why don't you come in? Trinamool Congress also faces some serious allegations, the recruitment scam, and we've seen the enforcement directorate cracking the whip on it. At that point in time, the same argument. A simple response to all these allegations. For a moment, just for the sake of the argument, Shubhankar, I'm willing to accept it. I'm willing to accept that you are saying, okay, there is pressure on XYZ agency. But if that is the case, your judiciary is always there. Why wouldn't you really take the step of going forward and ensuring that the case is quashed. What stops you from doing it? And even as far as Manish Sisodia is concerned, if he has nothing to really hide, and there was something, he's not worried about, you could have actually moved the anticipatory bail. There are multiple legal recourse that is available in this country, but you don't want to take that. You would rather want to say that, okay, look here, political masters are basically telling the CBI. Let's not forget the agency, remember, the agency has some answering to do. They will have to go to the court tomorrow. They will be the one who will be pulled up if there is no evidence against Manish Sisodia. That has happened in other cases also. CBI would be worried. Shubhankar, I don't think so that really works. This is not a banana republic.
See, I don't know how far what Manish Sisodia is doing legally, but I think what he has done is quite courageous. He has faced the CBI directly, rather than if he could have gone to, if he could have taken some legal step ahead. So I think at this point of time, the government, the BJP government would be saying that Manish Sisodia is using the legal shelter to prevent himself from answering the CBI directly. So it's always about, you can point finger at any particular thing. But he has done it courageously. He has faced the inquiry very well. He's facing it. He's facing it being a deputy CM. But yet he is going through that rough patch and he has taken it very brilliantly. So anyways, I'm not here to actually talk about Sisodia, but the thing you pointed about our party, we have, I was just hearing Mr. R.P. Singh, and I sometimes get really astonished because I feel like that the CBI is answerable to every Tom, Dick and Harry who is there at the BJP party, I think. So they get every first-hand information, and even before.
Absolutely, Shubhankar, I think so. Shubhankar, you can continue. No, Shubhankar, I don't understand. You want to. But Shubhankar, you want to fight with the Bharatiya Janata Party. You should. You are a political party. Elections do take place. Fight them out. It's absolutely fine. But why bring in an agency which is doing its job? Because they are not worried. They are not worried about what a political fight is taking place. They are more worried if tomorrow the court wakes up, the court basically pulls them up. There is a problem. Now let me bring in Deshratan Nigam. The argument that the Aam Aadmi Party makes, and I somewhere down the line, one minute. They are not answerable to the Bharatiya Janata Party. They are answerable to the court, because tomorrow the court will ask you whether they have any sort of evidence to put Manish Sisodia behind bars. If they don't, remember there are multiple options available for prosecuting an officer. But having said that, Deshratan Nigam, I want to bring you in right now. The argument that the Aam Aadmi Party is basically putting across is saying that you are making this allegation that kickbacks were received, 70 lakh rupees was given during a political political campaigning. They are saying, where is the money? You carried out searches at my locker, you carried out searches at my premises, but you did not find any money. But the point of the matter is that if kickbacks were received, that money wouldn't have been stashed in some sort of a bank account. Now, what kind of an argument is that? Because the agencies are saying that, look here, the proceeds of crime have already been diverted.
Yes, Shravan. In fact, the issues are very serious out here. The charges of bribery, loss to the state exchequer to the tune of thousands of crores, tweaking of the policy in favor of somebody, waiving of money in favor of somebody, refunding license fees which was not required, and to the defaulters, in fact, and destruction of evidence. These are very serious charges, and all these evidences the CBI is not going to put in public domain, will come in the charge sheet when the charge sheet is filed in this particular case. So therefore, don't expect CBI to put evidences in public domain, because otherwise the investigation would get compromised. Since Mr. Sisodia was not cooperating with the agencies, therefore the court in its wisdom thought to give 5 days remand to the police. And let's be very serious. One thing is very important. I haven't come across a single accused saying that he is not guilty.
No, the best part is that clean chits have already been given, certificates have been dished out. Akil Khan, one last word to you, because unfortunately today we do not have enough time on the burning questions. I'll take one word from you also, Akil Khan. It's very simple. Can Manish Sisodia come out in the open today and say that on 18th of March, he did not call his own secretary, he did not give a document with instruction as to what the excise policy is going to look like? If that is the case, why did they not really carry on? Why did they not put out the details?
This is all the trivial things. I tell you, this is the, if you want to know deeply about this case, you must think about, first of all, who has approved this complete Abkari policy. This is LG of Delhi who approved this. And most importantly, I would like to say there are 7 most corrupt people, those who have joined BJP and they become clean after joining BJP. Mr. Yedurappa, Mr. Himanta Biswa, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, that is Vyapam, and Mr. Mukul Rai from West Bengal, then Ramesh Pokrat, and then Narayan Rane. These are the 5 prominent people, those who have done this corruption, and CBI was after them. Akil Khan.
As far as Vyapam is concerned, that was also a case investigated by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Today, Sanjay Singh in the morning said that why did no other investigative agencies look into what happened in the Afghanistan drug case in the Mundra port? That was a case already investigated by the NIA. Let's get our facts correct. You know, we can continue with the political slugfest, but the fact of the matter is that the public certainly needs to know the answers to all the allegations that have been leveled. It is time that perhaps we should allow the investigative agencies to do their job, and perhaps it's the judiciary that's going to take the call as to who exactly is accused in this particular case. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on the burning question. On the other side, the trending burning question with my colleague Abhishek.
11,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Manish Sisodia is now reached. We are getting the live picture. Sir, what do you have to say? आप यहाँ पहुँचे हैं सर. You are facing serious allegations. Serious allegations आप raise कर रहे हैं Manish Sisodia जी. सर नीचे कर दो. कहना चाहेंगे सर आप. नीचे कर दो Manish. See the picture of Manish is now reaching here at CBI headquarters.
Top sources now confirming to Republic TV that Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has been placed under arrest. Accused number 1 in the liquor scam has been arrested.
We're breaking the story first, way ahead of any other channel. In fact, all other channels haven't even figured out what's been going on. But Manish Sisodia has been arrested.
खालिस्तानी सरकार है पंजाब में. क्या खालिस्तानी सरकार है भगवान लाल. Mr. 1 will you answer the question of Republic TV? पुलिस वालों को पीटा. Manish Sisodia is now reached. We are getting the live picture. Sir, what do you have to say? आप यहाँ पहुँचे हैं सर. You are facing serious allegations. Serious allegations आप raise कर रहे हैं Manish Sisodia जी. सर नीचे कर दो. कहना चाहेंगे सर आप. नीचे कर दो Manish. See the picture of Manish is now reaching here at CBI headquarters.
I don't pay taxes to see these uncouth politicians send this image of Indian democracy. I don't pay taxes so they can have 45 non-stop minutes of a bloody battle. I don't pay taxes so they can kick, punch, attack, throw, and they can pin each other down and tear each other's hair. No, I don't pay taxes to hear them abuse and use the most ugly and dirty abuse at each other as they turn an elected house to a battle pitch. I don't pay taxes and you don't pay taxes so they can tear each other's clothes. I don't pay taxes to see this happen. If even tonight, after what I just showed you and what I'm about to show you, if after tonight you remain quiet, then you and me and all of us will deserve this maniacal expression of democracy. We need to tell the Neta how disgusted we are, and that in the name of no movement, no right or left wing so-called ideology, can you justify this? Republic will only and only be on the side of the people, and we will be against the Netas when that happens. So the Netas are on notice, and the Netas have a choice: sack, apologize, or face the legitimate anger of the people of India. Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks the non-Soros media, tell us who owns the news. Well, I tell them, Uncle Soros owns you. These unethical members of the Soros media have been completely lying and constantly lying and saying, oh, you got to pay to keep the news free. We are so poor, we have no money, the mainstream media has money, we are broke, help us, please give us 100 rupees. Why 100 rupees? Should even 1 rupee be given by you?
स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के चुनाव की काउंटिंग पीसफुली हुई, लेकिन जैसे ही भारतीय जनता पार्टी को लगा कि वो स्टैंडिंग कमेटी का चुनाव हार रहे हैं, उन्होंने हमारी मेयर पर बुरी तरह से हमला किया।
चौथा कैंडिडेट आम आदमी पार्टी का चुनाव हार चुका है, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी अरविंद केजरीवाल के कहने के ऊपर यहाँ गुंडागर्दी कर रही है।
Biggest political face-off on Liquorgate. It's AAP versus BJP on Sisodia's arrest. Unmissable Liquorgate debate with Arnab, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks the non-Soros media, tell us who owns the news. Well, I tell them, Uncle Soros owns you. These unethical members of the Soros media have been completely lying and constantly lying and saying, oh, you got to pay to keep the news free. We are so poor, we have no money, the mainstream media has money, we are broke, help us, please give us 100 rupees. Why 100 rupees? Should even 1 rupee be given by you?
Manish Sisodia is now reached. We are getting the live picture. Sir, what do you have to say? आप यहाँ पहुँचे हैं सर, आप you are facing serious allegations sir. Serious allegations आप raise कर रहे हैं मनीष सिसोदिया जी। सर नीचे कर दो। कहना चाहेंगे सर आप? शीशा नीचे कर दो मनीष। See the picture of Manish Sisodia is now reaching here at CBI headquarters.
Top sources now confirming to Republic TV that Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has been placed under arrest. Accused number 1 in the liquor scam has been arrested.
We're breaking the story first, way ahead of any other channel. In fact, all other channels haven't even figured out what's been going on. But Manish Sisodia has been arrested.
खालिस्तानी सरकार है पंजाब में, क्या खालिस्तानी सरकार है भगवान? Mr. 1 will you answer the question of Republic TV? पुलिस वालों को what you have to say? आप यहाँ पहुँचे हैं सर, आप you are facing serious allegations sir. Serious allegations आप raise कर रहे हैं मनीष सिसोदिया जी. सर नीचे कर दो. कहना चाहेंगे सर आप शीशा नीचे कर दो मनीष. See the picture of Manish Sisodia is now reaching here at CBI headquarters.
I don't pay taxes to see these uncouth politicians send this image of Indian democracy. I don't pay taxes so they can have 45 non-stop minutes of a bloody battle. I don't pay taxes so they can kick, punch, attack, throw, and they can pin each other down and tear each other's hair. No, I don't pay taxes to hear them abuse and use the most ugly and dirty abuse at each other as they turn an elected house to a battle pitch. I don't pay taxes and you don't pay taxes so they can tear each other's clothes. I don't pay taxes to see this happen. If even tonight, after what I just showed you and what I am about to show you, if after tonight you remain quiet, then you and me and all of us will deserve this maniacal expression of democracy. We need to tell the Neta how disgusted we are and that in the name of no movement, no right or left wing so-called ideology can you justify this. Republic will only and only be on the side of the people and we will be against the Netas when that happens. So the Netas are on notice and the Netas have a choice. Sack, apologize or face the legitimate anger of the people of India.
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't governments and the state and everybody, army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, center and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
क्या खालिस्तानी सरकार है? पंजाब में क्या खालिस्तानी सरकार है? भगवान Mr. 1 will you answer the question of Republic TV? पुलिस वालों को पीछे
स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के चुनाव की काउंटिंग पीसफुली हुई, लेकिन जैसे ही भारतीय जनता पार्टी को लगा कि वो
Trending burning question powered by Cool Fans.
All right, welcome back to the second section of the burning question, in which we are going to focus on yet another cowardly, dastardly killing of a Kashmiri Pandit in the valley. This hate-filled, targeted attack by Pakistan-backed terrorists clearly underscores the need, on the one hand, for the security apparatus in Jammu and Kashmir to make sure that incidents like these do not happen, and then on the other, questions for the Kashmiri civil society. What are they doing? Don't they feel bad about it? And if yes, what they should be doing to stop these kind of terrorist attacks targeted at the Kashmiri Pandit minority happening from again and again? We look at the story with the package and then we come back with a panel of guests.
Kashmiri Pandit Sanjay Sharma was targeted and killed by Pak-funded terrorists.
BJP J&K Chief Ravinder Raina visiting the family to pay the condolence. PDP Chief Mehbooba Mufti, also the officials of the LG administration were present here. Ms. Mufti raised and targeted guns towards the government, saying that they are claiming that the terrorism is over, but where from the terrorists are coming and targeting the locals and the unarmed civilians.
Anger against Pak-sponsored terror is growing on Indian soil. And while Pakistan is trying to peddle terror in India, their own country is facing the ire against terrorists. Dreaded Al-Badr terrorist Syed Khalid Raza was shot dead in Karachi today. The attacker can be seen escaping from the site after shooting him down. It seems like even Pakistanis have had enough of terrorists being treated like first-class citizens. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, welcome again, and joining us to discuss this, Majid Hadri, journalist, political analyst, live from Srinagar. I'm also joined by Ahmed Ayaz, political analyst, live from Delhi. Also, Amit Rana, activist, also live from Delhi, and Sardar R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP. And let me begin with you, Sardar R.P. Singh. The government really claims that terrorism is down, everything is in control, that there is a Naya Kashmir happening. But then, did you look at the angst of the family there, angst of the Kashmiri Pandit community in the valley in those protests? And is the government really concerned that, irrespective of the fact that these targeted killings might be happening once in 3 months, 2 months, but then these are jarring against the narrative that the government and the BJP seems to be pushing, RP Singh, that everything seems to be in control or increasingly coming under control in the valley?
Well, Abhishek, let's understand what used to happen before the abrogation of 370-35A. Things have changed, much changed. But I am still to say that yes, the new style of hybrid killing now happening, and then which is targeting killing, which need to be controlled, and then which need to be controlled by better intelligence network, and which government is already working on. It's not that government is not sincere about it. Government is quite concerned and sincere about it, that the intelligence network among the Muslim community has to grow up, and then people who go and hide, do this sort of hybrid killing and then go and hide, this target killing and go and hide and merge within the communities. They need to be identified, and then quite good leads which are
target killing,
that's the only
hybrid
way.
Killing, and those terrorists then hide. In fact, since you mentioned it, RP Singh, I have to bring this out for the benefit of viewers that today only 4 houses have been attached by the security agencies in the Kamarwari and Eidgah area of Srinagar. Essentially, these houses were acting as terror hideouts, terrorist hideouts. So obviously, there are some people who provide these kind of shelters to these terrorists coming in from Pakistan, backed by Pakistan, as sort of safe houses to carry out their terror activities. Majid Hadri, it's nice to say, oh, we are also as unhappy as the Kashmiri Pandit brothers and sisters that some kind of targeted killing happens. But there are people there in Srinagar who are providing these safe houses. How many houses would the government go on and attach? Of course, they will keep doing that. But then there has to be some thought within the civil society in Kashmir, Majid Hadri, that this kind of support system is immoral.
Well, Abhishek Saab, I am so impressed by your phrase tonight that I want to echo you that it's definitely cowardly, dastardly, hate-filled terror strike on the Kashmiri Pandits by the quote-unquote Islamists. And we need to equally, unequivocally condemn it. But I want you to echo what I say, that you should also condemn the terror strike in Bhiwani, where 2 Muslims, Nasir and Junaid, were killed in a terror strike, and you are unwilling to call it a terror strike. I mean, why?
Oh, come on, Majid Hadri.
Majid
Hadri.
Please.
Majid Hadri.
Will you condemn it? Will RBC condemn it as a terror strike?
Majid Hadri, we have discussed Bhiwani. We have discussed Bhiwani. Please, for God's sake, don't. For God's sake, be honest, Majid Hadri. Majid Hadri, let's be honest. You see, I am talking about. We are discussing Kashmir. For God's sake, Majid Hadri, don't be flippant. At least don't be flippant. I said, okay.
An act of terror or not, my brother? You are my brother, RP Singh is my brother. My brothers, do you agree that Bhiwani was an act of terror or not? This is my simple point, and I request you to say that yes, it was an act of terror.
No, I will not allow you to do that. I will not allow you to do that. I will not allow you to do that. Majid Hadri, I will not allow you to do that. RP Singh, are you going to take it lying down? He's comparing something very specific to Kashmir. Park back terrorism. and which, with the 3-decade-old history, with something that has happened in Bhiwani, I'm not going to allow that to you. Let me take this. Let me take this forward to Ahmed Ayaz. Ahmed Ayaz ji. No. This can't be allowed. Majid Hydari, this can't be allowed. No. I'll not allow that. Ahmed Ayaz, sir. No, I will not allow that. No, it's not allowed. It's not allowed.
Abhishek, you are my brother. I will not fight with you. Abhishek is my brother. You are my brother. I will not fight with you. I only want to expose your double standards.
Okay, RP Singh, let's not dignify this. Let's not, RP Singh, hold on. Let's not dignify this. Let me take this forward. Ahmed Ayaz sir, please. No. I will not allow this. I will not allow this. Ahmed Ayaz sir, एक बात बताइए. You know, Sanjay Sharma, he did not leave the valley in the thick of terrorism that started in 1989-90. When this started in the valley, in this village, Achan, where this has happened, Sanjay Sharma has been killed, there were 60 Kashmiri Pandit families and they constituted roughly half the population of Achan. Today, this is the only family left there. Most likely they would leave now, like it happened in the case of Prem Kishan Bhatt in Shopian. His family ultimately left for Jammu, having spent 3 decades in the shadow of terror and fear. Sanjay Sharma's was the only family left in Achan, the Hindu Kashmiri Pandit family. Does the civil society, Ahmed Ayaz, even think what this means to be hounding this kind of minuscule minority in the valley? What kind of education, you are giving to your next generation? What kind of message you are giving to the nation at large? When these kind of episodes happen, don't you think it puts the Kashmiri civil society to shame, Ahmed Ayaz?
Abhishek, it's indeed very saddening what has happened yesterday, having another Kashmiri Pandit being gunned down, who has been staying here right from 90. So there only you can first imagine that the conditions prevailing even after 33 years, claiming that things are so normal. I think we have to agree that it's not that normalized, and the condition continues to be so bad. Despite the fact that there had been there had been no let-off in the, security forces come back and operations. And even now, the properties of the people who are said to be connected with the militant activities are also being seized. With all these things are not normalizing. So far as civil society is concerned, you can understand it is armed struggle. Where the role of the civil society...
armed struggle, I like the choice of the word. Armed struggle. You are calling jihad armed struggle.
It is.
You are calling killing of innocents armed struggle. Armed struggle against whom? Armed struggle against whom? Armed struggle against Union of India.
Let me complete.
Please use the right word.
What do you call it?
Please choose the right
on
word.
the other side, security forces taking
No, you can't be allowed to use armed struggle for terrorism, Ahmed Ayaz. Absolutely not.
It is a fight between the two guns.
It is not a fight between two guns. Sanjay Sharma, for God's sake, was not carrying any gun. For 30 years, he was not carrying any gun, Ahmed Ayaz. He was killed in the most cowardly manner when he was accompanied by his wife going to fetch medicines for himself in the evening in his village. Ahmed Ayaz, can you even start being honest like Majid Hydari is not?
No, I do agree.
Amit Raina, it's unfortunate.
It is not the time. I don't think the time has gone to that level that civil society can.
Ahmed Ayaz, you are part of the civil society and you are not being honest. These radio jockeys, for example, in the valley, when they are speaking about affairs of the state, do they raise these kind of issues that it puts the civil society of Kashmir to shame when an unarmed civilian and a minuscule minority member like Sanjay Sharma is gunned down?
Kashmir civil society in itself, Kashmir civil society in itself is an oxymoron. It is an oxymoron. You can
okay, Ahmed Ayaz, let Amit Raina, I got a sample of the civil society between Majid Hydari and Ahmed Ayaz so far as Valley is concerned. Amit Raina, the Kashmiri Pandit Sangharsh Samiti has come out with a very strongly worded statement today and demanded that even the Lieutenant Governor be removed. But, that might not be the solution. Amit Raina, my question is, as a representative of the Kashmiri Pandit community, do you really have any thoughts on the fact that the government is actually doing a lot in terms of containing terrorism in the valley? Unfortunate incidents like these would happen. Till that time, you think the Kashmiri Pandit community still has some patience, or you think the patience is running out, and that's why this kind of very strong statement in the protest that took place? Amit Raina.
To have patience, you need to have numbers left. The way things are going, I don't think there will be any Kashmiri Pandit left in the valley. The word Kashmir civil society is an oxymoron, because there is nothing called civil society in Kashmir. Look at the way Majid Haidari, instead of condemning terrorists, instead of condemning the jihadis who have been killing innocent Kashmiri Pandits, try to deflect the conversation on criminal killing of 2 Indians and Bhiwani. So there was an attempt. Look at the way Ahmad Ayaz goes and calls it an armed struggle. For 30 years, the Kashmir has been waging jihad against the minorities, especially the Kashmiri Pandits. And it is, we have been shouting for 30 years that Kashmiri Pandits are victims of jihad. The unfortunate part of the whole thing is that the government of the present dispensation, the present government, which before it came to power also said the same thing. But once they tasted power in Jammu and Kashmir and they feel that they may get some seats in Kashmiri Valley, they change their tactics and move into appeasement. So Kashmiri Pandits killing will continue till government of Jammu and Kashmir and government of India does not acknowledge that what is happening in Kashmir is jihad, and it is not lack of development and corruption. It is just pure jihad. R.B. Singh ji will agree with it, but
then what's the possibility at all? Then what's the possibility at all of rehabilitating the Kashmiri Pandits in the valley? No. You're saying it's not possible at all then?
No, it is possible. It is possible, but you cannot offer us as a sacrifice on the altar of secularism in Kashmir. You need to provide us one place settlement. At least let us not. He was one person, one Kashmiri Hindu family in a large village. He died because he did not have numbers with him. At least give us that benefit of that one place settlement so that at least we can get up and fight. You leave us in a position where we can't even fight. We don't have guns, we don't have numbers, and you put us there to show that everything is normal in Kashmir.
Majid Haidari, just because the government allowed those government servants who have been working in the valley for their entire working life to buy property and settle in the valley, there was a brouhaha created, Majid Haidari, that this is being done aimed at changing the demographic profile of the state. Now, I gave you an example of Achan village, and there might be hundreds or possibly thousands of villages like Achan where demographic changes have been engineered with this terror machine backed by Pakistan working in the valley for the last 3 decades. Make no mistake, like it has happened in each and every terror incident, those carrying those attacks have been brought to justice, as would happen in the case of the killers of Sanjay Sharma as well. On that note, thank you so much for joining us, Sardar R.P. Singh, Amit Raina, Majid Haidari and Ahmad Ayaz. I wish both of them were a little more honest about the civil society reaction in Kashmir. One good, Mehbooba Mufti did go to visit the family. On that note, thank you so much, viewers, for watching this section of The Burning Question. Up next.
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't government send the state and everybody army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything, and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, centre and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
Manish Sisodia is now reached. We are getting the live picture. Sir, what do you have to say? आप यहाँ पहुँचे हैं सर. You are facing serious allegations. Serious allegations आप raise कर रहे हैं मनीष सिसोदिया जी.
सर नीचे कर दो.
कहना चाहेंगे सर आप?
शीशा नीचे कर दो मनीष.
See the picture of Manish is now reaching here at CBI headquarters.
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't government send the state and everybody army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, centre and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks the non-Soros media tell us who owns the news. Well, I tell them Uncle Soros owns you. These unethical members of the Soros media have been completely lying and constantly lying and saying, oh, you got to pay to keep the news free. We are so poor, we have no money, the mainstream media has money, we are broke, help us, please give us 100 rupees. Why 100 rupees? Should even 1 rupee be given by you?
Top sources now confirming to Republic TV that Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has been placed under arrest. Accused number 1 in the liquor scam has been arrested.
We're breaking the story first, way ahead of any other channel. In fact, all other channels haven't even figured out what's been going on. Manish Sisodia has been arrested.
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't government send the state and everybody army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, centre and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
Top sources now confirming to Republic TV that Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has been placed under arrest. Accused number 1 in the liquor scam has been arrested.
We're breaking the story first, way ahead of any other channel. In fact, all other channels haven't even figured out what's been going on. Manish Sisodia has been arrested.
Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks the non-Soros media.
Biggest political face-off on Liquorgate. It's AAP versus BJP on Sisodia's arrest. Unmissable Liquorgate debate with Arnob. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
क्या खालिस्तानी सरकार है? पंजाब में क्या खालिस्तानी सरकार है? भगवान Mr. Wan, will you answer the question of Republic TV? पुलिस वालों को पीछे
स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के चुनाव की काउंटिंग पीसफुली हुई, लेकिन जैसे ही भारतीय जनता पार्टी को लगा कि वो स्टैंडिंग कमेटी का चुनाव हार रहे हैं, उन्होंने हमारी मेयर पर बुरी तरह से हमला किया।
चौथा कैंडिडेट आम आदमी पार्टी का चुनाव हार चुका है, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी अरविंद केजरीवाल के कहने के ऊपर यहाँ गुंडागर्दी कर रही है।
क्या खालिस्तानी सरकार है? पंजाब में क्या खालिस्तानी सरकार है? भगवान लाल, मिस्टर वन, विल यू आंसर द क्वेश्चन ऑफ रिपब्लिक टीवी? पुलिस वालों को पीटा।
I don't pay taxes to see these uncouth politicians send this image of Indian democracy. I don't pay taxes so they can have 45 non-stop minutes of a bloody battle. I don't pay taxes so they can kick, punch, attack, throw, and they can pin each other down and tear each other's hair. No, I don't pay taxes to hear them abuse and use the most ugly and dirty abuse at each other as they turn an elected house to a battle pitch. I don't pay taxes and you don't pay taxes so they can tear each other's clothes. I don't pay taxes to see this happen. If even tonight, after what I just showed you and what I am about to show you, if after tonight you remain quiet, then you and me and all of us will deserve this maniacal expression of democracy. We need to tell the Neta how disgusted we are and that in the name of no movement, no right or left wing so-called ideology can you justify this. Republic will only and only be on the side of the people and we will be against the Netas when that happens. So the Netas are on notice and the Netas have a choice. Sack, apologize or face the legitimate anger of the people of India.
Manish Sisodia is now reached. We are getting the live picture. Sir, what do you have to say? आप यहाँ पहुँचे हैं सर. आप you are facing serious allegations. Serious allegations आप raise कर रहे हैं मनीष सिसोदिया जी. सर नीचे कर दो. कहना चाहेंगे सर आप. शीशा नीचे कर दो मनीष. See the picture of Manish Sisodia is now reaching here at CBI headquarters.
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't government send the state and everybody army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, center and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks the non-Soros media, non-Soros media tell us who owns the news. Well, I tell them, Uncle Soros owns you. These unethical members of the Soros media have been completely lying and constantly lying and saying, oh, you got to pay to keep the news free. We are so poor, we have no money, the mainstream media has money, we are broke, help us, please give us 100 rupees. Why 100 rupees? Should even 1 rupee be given by you?
Top sources now confirming to Republic TV that Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia has been placed under arrest. Accused number 1 in the liquor scam has been arrested.
We're breaking the story first, way ahead of any other channel. In fact, all other channels haven't even figured out what's been going on. Manish Sisodia has been arrested.
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't government send the state and everybody army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For For 3 months, centre and state didn't act.